It starts like any other day until it doesn't. One mistake, one moment of carelessness, and the road turns violent. Massive trucks lose control, cars are torn apart, and lives are changed forever. These aren't just accidents. They're devastating impacts you won't believe are real. Watch closely, because the next moment is the one no one saw coming. It was supposed to be just another green light until this SUV came flying through the intersection. The force of impact launches it off the ground, and in a split second, the street turns into chaos. Captured by a traffic cam in Florida, an Orange County deputy runs a red light and slams into an oncoming vehicle. A moment of misjudgment with real-world impact. Every crash you've seen so far, and the ones coming next, look brutal, but no lives were lost. We're keeping it real, intense, and responsible. So if you haven't already, hit like, smash subscribe, and ring the bell, because we're just getting started. A simple mistake, signal on, but no glance back. The driver turns straight into danger, and chaos unfolds in an instant. Then this, one car collision lands the other straight into a repair shop. Talk about arriving early for service. But there's no time to laugh, because next, pure recklessness screams by at impossible speed. And just when you think it can't get worse, two massive trucks collide, a tanker flips, its contents spill, and within seconds, it's an inferno. Oh, but peace on these roads never lasts long, because just around the corner, chaos is already waiting. But fate doesn't always hit head-on. Watch this. An incoming truck spots a rock slide just in time and races through seconds before the mountain collapses. Then it's machine versus disaster. A tractor teeters through a broken stretch of road, each roll of the tire flirting with collapse. One wrong move, and a man standing with his bike is crushed between a car and a truck. The crash is sudden, brutal, and over in seconds. Ahead, an SUV spots a truck losing control. With instinct and urgency, it accelerates, just enough to avoid being swallowed in the wreck. No such luck here. A rolling truck pins its driver to the wall, then tumbles, dragging everything, including the man, down into the stream below. Night falls and a shortcut becomes a trap. A driver gambles on a narrow path and nearly pays the price as the road fights back with every turn. An overtaking truck veers too close on a narrow road, forcing the oncoming driver to brake hard, stopping just inches from disaster. It's a high-stakes gamble that nearly turned deadly, all because of one reckless decision. Inside a busy workshop, a gas cylinder topples and hisses violently, filling the air with a thick, ghostly plume. Workers scramble as the room transforms into a ticking time bomb. Elsewhere, a Chinese truck driver cheats death by inches. A heavy load shifts without warning, smashing through the cab like a battering ram. A breath later, and it would have been fatal. Then, a car carrier's brakes fail on a city slope. Steel grinds, horns wail. It barrels into parked cars, metal crunching in its path. No lives lost, but the damage tells another story. If you're still here, you're clearly built for the intensity. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep pushing deeper into these unbelievable moments. It happens in a blink. A cargo truck at full speed, its load breaks loose and crashes down on a car waiting at the intersection. 1 second slower and it would have been fatal. Watch how this motorhome swerves directly into the path of an 18-wheeler. It's reckless, fast, and forces the truck driver into a split-second decision that saves lives. Metal nearly meets metal, but somehow disaster is avoided. This one proves how fragile every second on the road really is. Then, chaos at an intersection. A biker, a truck, and a red car all converge in the same split second. The collision could have been tragic, but fate had a different plan. Everyone walks away. Now for raw muscle in action. A bulldozer chains up and begins dragging a long truck stuck in the mud. It's not just a tow, it's a battle between machine and terrain. The bulldozer fights back, pulling with power and control, turning failure into momentum. This isn't just a descent, it's a controlled freefall on wheels. A truck, overloaded with an excavator, begins creeping down a narrow slope, the kind of road that punishes mistakes. One wrong brake tap, one angle too sharp, and this whole setup could collapse. The driver holds steady. You can hear the brakes groaning under pressure, the tires hugging the slope like it's coated in ice. The excavator wobbles slightly, tons of metal shifting with gravity. Around the first curve, the trailer leans hard, too close. The back tires almost slide off the edge. Every second feels like a gamble. Every foot of road disappears behind them like a countdown. Midway down, momentum picks up, too fast. The brakes hiss, fighting to keep control. One bump, one dip. The excavator tilts, chains tighten, but nothing breaks. The driver rides the edge, nerves like steel, and after a full minute of mechanical tension, the truck levels out. Mission complete, barely. A speeding lorry swerves, losing control and crossing over the line of safety. Cars don't even have time to react. And in one crushing moment, metal meets metal. But chaos doesn't always roar. Sometimes it sneaks in right after a rescue. A group pulls a stranded car from a hole, only to watch it roll straight into another, like fate, hit, repeat. The tricycle jerks forward on its own. No driver, no push. It spins in perfect circles, possessed by faulty wiring or fate. Bystanders watch in disbelief as this ghost ride steals the spotlight. Now switch gears to sheer grit. A fully loaded truck takes on a brutal uphill battle, engine howling like it's about to tear itself apart. It slows, but it doesn't stop. Inch by inch, it forces its way up, climbing against gravity, against odds, until finally, with a roar of victory, it crests the top. Power, persistence, payload delivered. Then a car going too fast to turn back begins pinballing across the highway, slamming one barrier after the next, trying to outrun physics. These weren't just crashes, they were moments where everything changed in a split second. Lives nearly lost, machines pushed past their limit, and fate caught on camera. And while no lives were lost today, the message is clear. Every second on the road counts. If this shook you, don't scroll away. Hit that like to support the real stories. Smash subscribe because next time, it could be even worse. And turn on the bell because we're diving deeper into the chaos, the close calls, and the raw truth behind the wheel. This is not just content, it's a wake-up call. This is Titan Works.